Hello tech students and welcome to our computer class. Today we are going to be working with slides. For this, first I want you to answer this question in your mind. How do you personalize your cardboards when you present a topic for your teacher? Okay, let's say she's asking you to do a research about animals and you have to create a cardboard or a cartulina with the information. How would you personalize it? Think about for a moment. Okay, so maybe you added some pictures, you changed the color, you added big, bold text, and maybe a frame, stuff like that. So you are personalizing your cartulina. So how do we do it in Google Slides? Today's goal is I can personalize my slides to represent the topic I am presenting about. Okay, so you are going to be learning how to personalize Google Slides. For that, we're going to be using the Master Slides editor. And the question is, how can we personalize our slides? You may have noticed that when you select a different theme in Google Slides, it rearranges the text on your slides and adds shapes to the background. This is because each theme has a built-in slide layout and background graphics. You can edit these layouts with a feature called the Master Template Editor. And once you learn how to use this editor, you'll be able to customize your entire slideshow with just a few clicks. When you insert a new slide, it would usually have placeholders to show where the text will be placed. The placeholders are those boxes that says click here to edit text. And all the slides have different layouts for these placeholders, depending on the type of information you want to include. Whenever you create a new slide, you'll need to choose a slide layout that fits your content. So are you going to use a one-column text? Or maybe just you want a title so you can add pictures? Or maybe you're doing a caption. What would your slide work for? We are going to be using the Master Template Editor. This is the quickest way to modify the slides and slides layout in your presentations. From there, you can edit the master slide, which will affect every slide on the presentation. What can we do in the Master Template Editor? We can modify the backgrounds, you can add pictures, you can change colors, you can add shapes on it. Or also you can rearrange the placeholders where you want the text to be. It doesn't have to be exactly on the same place every time. You can customize the text formatting. How is your font going to look? Is it going to be bold? Is it going to be italic? Is it going to be big, small? Maybe it doesn't have to be black, you know? And we can also create unique slide layouts where you can personalize background graphics and placeholders. How do we customize the master slide? If you want to change something on every single slide of your presentation, you can edit the master slides. So we are going to be practicing this in a moment, but we just go to the slide menu and go down where it says edit master, and it's going to show us a new not menu, but like an interface where you can edit all of this. Or we can customize our slides layouts. We can use also this the master template editor to modify any slide layout in your presentation. It's easy to make small tweaks like adjusting the background graphics and more significant changes like rearranging or deleting placeholders. Unlike the master slide, Changes to a slide layout will only be applied to slides using that layout in your presentation. The theme may contain layouts that aren't used by your presentation. It's up to you whether you edit all of them or just some of them. You may want to just focus on your layouts that are currently used by your presentations. On the other hand, if you plan to add more slides or use your theme in other presentations, you may want to edit all layouts to make sure the design is consistent. Okay, so we are going to be working with this document that you can find in your Google Classroom. It's called the Master Slide Editor file. And as you can see, I have already written some information for you. We're going to be imagining that this is a work that your English teacher is asking you to research about, or your science teacher, and you have to do a presentation. So the first thing that I will suggest you to do is just to fill out everything with text, and after you have what you want, then you can start personalizing. Okay, so how will I personalize? One of the first things that I can do is go with a theme, which is probably what you will do. But if I go down here and look through the options, I don't see anything that has that African savanna feeling. Or there's nothing to do about biomes or climates or whatever the topic is about. So I'm not like a big fan of using the preset um, by default themes. So what we're going to be working with is to create our own template. So we can get the feeling of what is the African savanna. And just discuss that. This is my topic and everything is designed around that topic. So how am I going to be doing it? I am going to go, uh, there we go. Sorry. I am going to be looking through here where it says slide, or if it's in Spanish, it will say diseño, diapositiva. And I'm going to be looking for to edit master or editar diapositiva maestra if it's in Spanish. So I will click here and you will see that you have several different options right now. What is going to happen here is I'm just going to have like a preset options here, how my layout looks like. I have this one, which is the master slide, which is this is the most important slide inside the editor, which means whatever change I make in this slide is going to apply to the rest of them, and you will be able to see them, the changes on the left side. Or if I don't want to create like really difficult designs, or I can just personalize each one of these. So how will I do it? Okay, so first things first, I'm going to start with the background. So for this, I have to click where it says the master slide. Make sure you click on it. And I'm going to go up here where it says background. And I can either choose a color, which is going to apply. As you notice, it already applied to all of this. Or maybe I can just choose an image. Let's go. I'm just going to look for a savanna picture. Not a savanna cat, savanna. I'm just going to be adding this picture. Just click on it, click on insert, and then I will click on done. And you will notice that all my slides have the same background. But if I close it, I'm just going to look at it to say like, yeah, I like the background, but I'm still missing something, which is the font. I can obviously just click on the placeholder and switch the font here and the size and the color, but clicking on every single box is going to take quite a lot of time. So again, inside my editor, so inside Edit Master Editor, I can quickly switch the font style in every slide. So again, I make sure that I click on the master and I have to click on this placeholder. Then I'm going to be able to switch the font. Maybe I'm just going to be switching the impact font. I'm going to make it bigger, a little bit bigger. And maybe I will be changing the color because why not? So I'm just going to be adding a red title over it. And then maybe some highlight in, no, like let's make a background. I'm just going to be choosing, let's say, this background. Okay, so I have my master title, and you can see in all of them that the title already changed. And then I will do the same for the other placeholder. So all my text looks the same. Just going to switch to this one. And I want it to have a black color. Okay. And you will see that it changed it already in all of it. And if I close this editor, I will be able to see the changes in here. Okay. So the next thing that I am going to be doing again in the editor, we are going to be personalizing each one of these slides because maybe I don't want that title to be that big. If you notice up here, we'll be able to see which layout you are going to be using. As I mentioned it in the video, you have to make sure that you only edit what you're going to be using. But if you maybe you add a new layout and you want to use it, then you will have to come back here and change it. So for my title, I'm going to be making it smaller and maybe, yeah, maybe I'm just going to go like that. So my title goes all the way here up and just switch the placeholder. I'm having issues with this. So yeah, like that. So my title and subtitles are going to look like that. And you already can see here that you can already see here that my title is changing. And I'm going to add a picture here as well. So I'm just going to look for it. And I will just go for a lion. And if I wanted to have a transparent background, that will be awesome. That way you can see everything on the back. So I'm just going to be adding this cute lion over here. There we go. So for my title, I will have a lion there. What I want you to be what I want you to do is to switch every single slide so you can personalize how it looks. And you will be able to see the changes on the right side. So for my subtitle, I'm just going to move it up here, make it smaller. You don't have to make really extra difficult changes. Just you can add something easy. I just want you to practice for this. I'm just going to leave that like that, and maybe for this I'm just going to just adding some background colors for that one, and this other text box I'm just going to be using. No, I don't like that one. I'm just going to make them brighter. So, and you can already see the changes that I am applying here. Why do you think this is useful? Once you finish, you are going to be able to see how easier your life will be. So I'm just going to be adding here another animal, maybe a What will be? Another animal, savannah animal. Okay, so I will be adding a cheetah. So why not? I like big cat. So let's see if this doesn't have a background. Yes. So I'm just going to be adding that cheetah over there. And I want that color. So I just go quickly over those changes. And as you can see, I'm applying the changes here. Okay, so let's say I already finished. I don't want to add anything else. So probably I'm just going to be adding another animal here, an antelope. Uh, yeah, sure, why not this one? That's not an antelope, but yep, nope, not background. Let's go with this. Nope. Okay, let me find something. Okay, so I couldn't find the antelope, so I just added an impala. I'm just going to add it here. So you can just add random pictures on it, and that will be awesome. When I close it, I'm going to be able to see all of the changes that I applied to my layouts. You will see, but that takes a lot of time on doing it. Yes, it might take time one time, but then I can just click on add insert a new slide here, new slide, sorry, and I will be able to see all of it, all the changes, and I can just quickly apply a different layout, and I will have already my pictures. What's the difference of doing the editor or doing the pictures or the formatting? As I mentioned, it will save time at the end because whatever change I make in this slide, and if I erase it by mistake, then I will have to redo it. So if I edit it on my layout, on my editor, then I will be able to choose everything that I want here. And I don't have to give an extra format to all my slides. So today's work is just basically go to the editor and just create some layout. It's up to you what pictures you use, what colors you use, what fonts you use. I just want you to practice changing the layouts. Okay, so I will see you next class. Have fun.